The skies are right bright again this afternoon as the sun starts to pierce out of the clouds. An interesting affair between Nsonga and Katosi. First things first, let's have a look at what happened during the toss.
It is game day number 1 of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge. This is match number 2. In the middle we have Nsonga against Katosi, and we are going to toss. Heads is the call.
And it is.
We have a bat.
I'll speak to Arjuna. Welcome. You've chosen to bat. Why?
The wicket looks good to bat on shorter boundaries, so we want to utilize the pitch.
Give us insights into your team.
We have a couple of seasoned players, like Jonathan was playing for the under-19 team. We have the legs of Eric Mukisa has been in the under-19 setup, so it's really balanced.
I'll speak to Edwin. You lost the toss. What would you have done? Any insights into your team? Thank you and good luck. That is it from the center. The Royals have won the toss and they've decided to bat.
Indeed, very well said there. You've really seen it all unfold. The Katosi strikers have won the toss and opted to bat first against the Nsonga Royals. The two umpires standing in this game, former Victoria Pulse player Gloria Obukor, standing alongside Nakibule Elizabeth, two female umpires standing to make sure that they see us through this game. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi here in the comms, and the man who was right at the toss in Solomon Wakibozi is here with me. Solomon, good afternoon. Welcome back from that short lunch break.
Thank you very much, Ivan. Just to remind you, our viewers, this is SABULA T20 Challenge 2026. We had a wonderful match in the morning between the Blasters and the Sunrisers, with the Sunrisers emerging victorious. But action in the afternoon is between the Nsonga Royals and the Katosi Strikers.
The Muslims are fasting, and so are the Christians, but I wonder there are some people who are having lunch. Not sure where those ones do fall.
Christian fasting is a little bit different. Yes, you have those that completely forego food, and then you have those who cut out some parts of their diet. So I think most of them have cut out parts of their diet.
And I think the most important thing is not actually abstaining away from food, but abstaining away from the bad acts, bad things. Clear.
It is a time of reflection, fasting, and the Lent period. But getting ready, yes. We are down here at the beautiful Florida Cricket Oval. Remind you that this tournament is being brought to you by Kingsley Children's Medical Center out there in Mukono. Mukono Cricket Community, Deep End Sports Media, of course, superintended by Cricket Uganda. We have a very action-packed year as Cricket Uganda, and this is just happens to be one of those tournaments in the calendar.
First ball of the over. Swing. but not anywhere close to the ball. Peter Ochen opening the bowling there for the Nsonga Royals, whereas the captain for the strikers in Robert Ajuna is the man right there on strike. First ball, dot ball. Shimmy down the track, but this time he patches some bounce off the surface, and another dot ball in the over. In the morning, the game was reached 5 overs aside because of the heavy downpour. But with the conditions better to play, I tell you, we'll be having all the 20 overs be played here at the Florida Oval.
The pitch seems to offer some bounce. Bowlers will capitalize on that.
This time round, that is coming from his blade, Robert Arjuna. Look at the first two dot balls, he was nowhere close to them. And every time the ball gets to bat, it is a sign of confidence. So Robert Arjuna will be happy and confident after getting some dot ball there. But the opening batters, Robert Arjuna alongside Jonathan Nyenya, also from the St. John's High School, Kauga. Whereas Robert Arjuna, a man, a product of Nyakasula School, but currently trading with the Mukono Warriors, is right in there. Nearly got that one connected to his wickets, but just strays close. A bit of an edge from the inside of the blade, and fourth ball there from Ochen Peter, the product of the Soroti Cricket Academy.
Arjuna trying to go hard in these first few balls. Of course, it's the power play, trying to maximize.
Again, he shimmy down the track. I think Robert Arjuna should just keep deep crease, try to make sure that he gets it a bit short. Because every time he says deep crease, it will mean that the good length from Ochen Peter will be judged as short, because the movement down the track has not seen him even get close to the ball.
As we say, you cannot score runs in the heart, so he just needs to be patient. Look at the line.
This time round, he plays that one just a few inches over the head of the fielder at mid-off, the captain for the Nsonga Royals, and that races to the boundary. Robert Arjuna gets off the mark with the boundary, and at the end of the first over, score reads 4 for no loss.
First runs on board for the strikers, having won the toss and elected to bat, picking up for no loss in the first over. The sun seems to be coming out as well, and we will have Mitali Ethan coming in from the Ginger Road end.
Mitali Ethan, a student at St. Cornelius SS Kalagala, right here. The students of St. Cornelius make me feel that this is their home ground. Last season he played for Africa Cricket Club, but this season he's trading with the Mukono Development Cricket Club. Played their first game against the Centurions, but unfortunately they did not pick up victory. And now Mitali Ethan has been tossed the ball too, and he will be opening the bowling from the Ginger Road end. Starts with one, just angling away from Jonathan Nyenya, and a dot ball for Ethan Mitali to start off proceedings.
He's not an express bowler per se, but he has very good lines and length. Obviously doing the same job he does for Mukono development side, opening the bowling. Had a wonderful outing this Saturday past, picking up 3 wickets, fielding dismissals, and picking up 2 wickets. A good day for him. A man who is growing in leaps and bounds in his cricket career.
Solomon, you did say that he doesn't bowl express, but his variations are so good when you look at his ball control. just gives him that edge. 2 balls in the over there for him. Wild swing, but not anywhere close. Everything looked to be correct. The foot movement from Jonathan Nyenya, the swing, but somehow he doesn't get anywhere close to the ball. And the 3rd ball in the over there for Ethan Mitali. They will need to bowl so well to make sure that they don't allow the Katosi strikers from getting so many runs when they come and fancy during that run chase. But somehow you do that so far. So good for the Nsonga Royals. That is it down the ground. So the point field, a run out chance, but not too much effort there from Perry Wazombe. And they will take the run.
Mitali this time round offered width, with Nyenya punches to covers for single.
Robert Arjuna, the man who ended the first over the boundary, will now take guard. Last season he was with Nelo Cricket Club, but this season he went to Mukono Warriors, a Division 1 outfit. Shimmy down the track, but that's it. Straight up in the air. Who wants to take that one? Catch is taken, and should be a wicket. Robert Arjuna already on his way, walking out. Not sure why there is a wait, but there is a no ball call from the umpire. Not sure why. Unclear. But in the end, Robert Arjuna will have to return. He will leave with the second chance. Fall and hit down to 3rd man, nearly misjudged. They will take the 2 runs. Good comeback as that boundary is cut off by the fielder right at 3rd man.
Good running in between wickets by the strikers, bringing us to the end of the 2nd over. 7 on the scoreboard for no loss. And Ochen will continue from the forest end.
Peter returns with the ball. He gave away 4 runs in his first over, and now he's given the ball to bowl the second. I love the movement there of that ball just drifting away from him. Peter Ochen plays for Soroti City Cricket Club. He joined Soroti City from Junior SS Cricket Club because he said that Junior SS plays ordinary level. Then of course back to the first play game on Saturday, which was abandoned because of rain in coming against the Wanderers. But also he's played for the Uganda Under-19. Last year when they went for the Under-19 World Cup qualifiers, Under-19 World Cup qualifiers in Nigeria, he was part of that team. So brings somewhat of experience to the side. Goes to drive, but Jonathan Nyenya not too close, and another lot ball in the over.
It is good to see that the various hubs that we have around the country are also now producing clubs that are featuring in the leagues. Of course, Mukono Cricket Community, the hub that is around this district, having Mukono Development Team and also being the feeder for SSA.
Use of the wrist, but just find a fielder at a deep mid-wicket. And just one run, but I like the finesse in that shot. The producer can give it in the replay. You see they even shapes it there. Good wrist work there from Jonathan Nyenya to pick up another run.
Ochen bowling to the leg legs of Nyenya, who puts that away.
That it was a proper field setup. Having one angle again. So the field as he has outside, he has 30 man in Edwin Nwagaba, and he has another fielder there standing right at deep mid wicket. That's trying to make sure that he puts some bit of protection there. The umpire calls for the ball. I think there will be some bit of halt of play. There will be change of the blade there by Robert Ajuna, but the umpires will have a discussion. 8 balls after 2.3 overs. Second game of the SABULA T20 cricket challenge. When you hear the word SABULA, it has something like beating or hitting, some finesse in it. What would you make of this tournament, Solomon?
We expect action-packed days throughout this month of March. Of course, an opportunity provided for some of the youngsters, guys just coming up in the league, and then some established players. I think this tournament also, that is White from Ochen, losing his line. Like I was saying, Ivan, the composition of the teams follows on the previous tournament we had last year, 2025, the Mukono T20 Cup. Which had teams composed of experienced national team players, established players, and also these youngsters.
And Solomon, I think at the end of the show, Mukono cricket community benefit, because when you look at most of the players that you're calling young, they come from the Mukono cricket community. Also in these games, those are development players of Mukono cricket community. There is a special rule which says that they should bowl 12 overs. So meaning that the senior players who are in the team can bowl only the other remaining 8 overs. So it's really something that brings some bit of experience to most of these upcoming players. That is an age, but a bit thick. Doc Abdi Shakul could see that one run away from him down to third man. The throw not so convincing, and they sneak through for the second run. No backup whatsoever. Good awareness there from Jonathan Nyenya and Robert Ajuna.
You cannot afford to give away freebies in this format. Yes, to reiterate the point you are making, the youngsters have to bowl a composition of overs, all in a bid to help in their cricket education. A bumper from Mochen. Nyenya takes evasive action and picks up one to that, bringing us to the end of the third over. 6 runs coming from that over, and then 13 is the total on the scoreboard for no loss for the Katosi strikers.
For no loss after 3 somehow says that things are not working as per the plan for the Katosi strikers. Still inside the power play. Really a moment for them to make sure that they capitalize before the field is widespread. But Mr. Ethan returns with the ball. He gave out 3 runs in his first over, and now he comes for his second, still from the road. That should be called wide. Yes, it was drifting away from the batter. Good glove work there from the wicket keeper trying to make sure that he saves that one. When you look at the field for Mitali Ethan, he has a fine leg fielder and the third man standing right outside. Whereas he's not having a square leg, he has a mid wicket and a packed offside. You clear that even though he bowled wide, but it was on the offside, meaning the plan is to keep bowling on his pitch. There's a field that covers, but standing right at the arc towards the extra cover area, trying to make sure that he creates a chance. Pace off, wild swing from Nyenya, and another dotty ball.
Yes, Mitali clearly bowling to a strategy. That ball bowling wide with his field set on the offside. So Very, very good lines from the young man.
He breaks the shackles. Good wrist work there from Jonathan Nyenya. One swinging into his bats, and he manages to send it through the gap to bring up the second boundary in this innings.
Another look at that. Ball drifting down leg side, finding the gap. Racing down to cow corner for a boundary 4.
Good work there from Mr. You feel that somehow he went off the plan. That is his area. No effort from that field point. Perry Wazombe not putting his body down on the line. And more runs there coming on for the Katosi strikers.
You can forgive the fielders for not really trying to put the body on the line, because as we said in the morning, there was a downpour over the weekend, even this morning, so the ground is a bit soft.
You know, in the context of the word soft, I would feel that someone would fall down on a soft ground because no pain whatsoever.
The disadvantage of a soft ground is that, compared to a hard ground, is that if your body makes contact with the ground, then it just penetrates rather than sliding off on the surface. So it is more risky. But Mitali continues.
That has been his problem always. The ball that is bowled to the pads have been clapped away. That one is played in the deep. They push quickly to pick the second run, and yes, they will take the run because the fielder standing at third man was standing straight to the screen. So it meant that the flick from Jonathan Nyenya was a gap, and they push very quickly. Good running there from Robert Ajuna and Jonathan to make sure that they bring up the second run.
Mittal is straying to the legs and has always been put away. Needs to get back to his initial line on the offside. Much more like that, right in the block hole.
Yeah, good idea. Good thing there from Mittal. So, but his second over a bit expensive compared to the first. First he gave away 3. In his second he gives away 9. And after 4 the scoreboard reads 22 for no loss.
That is the learning process, knowing that you have to maintain the pressure throughout your over. You cannot only come and give me 3 good balls, but as a captain, I require 6 balls from you. So the young men, and always learning on the job, learning about cricket strategy and all that.
Match the one of the SABULA T20 challenge happening here at the Florida Oval. 5 playing days from today until Friday, then we will be seeing the first break. We would call it a rest, where because the weekends will not be having action in this tournament, as some of these players have other commitments in their domestic leagues. So this SABULA T20 cricket gives them that chance of taking part into those other domestic league games. When you look at the first game, which was between the Kiyindi Blasters and the Chitamba Sunrisers. The Chitamba winning that game by 9 wickets. 18 runs is what the Kiyindi posted. They didn't blaster indeed. And the chase was always going to be light work. But there was a bowling change for the Nsonga Royals as Mahadi Sekito replaces Peter Ochen. 2 seamers opening the bowling, and now we'll be seeing some spinners being introduced. Kaukona and Longo on right at the boundary. He shuffles around the stumps. But Ajuna, but good thinking from the youngster. He makes the ball to follow him.
Good eyes from Mahad following the man as he tries to access the leg side. Balls it well right in the block hole.
Yeah, Ajuna wanted to make full access. Starts and delivers, and this time around he slashes that one over the point. Races to the boundary. Third boundary in the innings. Second one for Robert Arjuna.
Quick square drive. Mahad would be minded to try and force Arjuna to play on the front foot rather than on his back foot.
And when you look at that ball there, it was full and wide, giving Robert Arjuna a lot of room to hit. That should be the ball. Make it go to him and make sure that it will go pace off. The only thing that Robert Arjuna will do for that one will be tapping it down.
Needs to avoid being predictable, offer some variety. Slower ball. No run off that mid-on, cutting off that stroke.
He goes full. Robert Arjuna gets on one deep slope sweep, but will pick out the fielder. Peter Ochen with the throw, but yes, they'll take on Nizam and pick up the second run. Top running between Robert Arjuna and Jonathan Nyenya. They know the field is not so quick, so they know that they will fancy their running between the wickets. And when you look at the conditions here at the Florida Oval right in Nkwakonjeru, the sun has come out, so meaning the conditions will become better and better. Pace off a bit to stop, trying to buy a wicket. Robert Arjuna doesn't punish the full toss, just plays it down long on for a single.
Did not get that ball fully well, so it manages to land between long on and mid on, bringing us to the close of the fifth over. 7 coming off that wicket from that over from Mahad. 29 runs on board for no loss for the Katosi strikers.
This game in this area, and now it's an affair between the Nsonga Royals and Katosi strikers. If you just joined us, the toss was won by the strikers, and they opted to bat first. Bowling change, Edwin Wagaba with the ball. That is hit. Quarter was the call, but no, it doesn't carry to the fielder. Good work, and they'll just take a single. I love the pick up and throw from that young man right at cow corner.
Good effort in the field from the youngsters.
I think it's a good idea. Somehow the runs that started flowing when the pace bowlers came back for their second overs, and Edwin Wagaba quickly thinks and introduces Sechito Mahad. Bowls him for all money. Goes for a booming drive. Jonathan Nyenya didn't swear that one hit. That one was middle stump right out of its shape. Fanta is disturbed, and the first one for the Katosi strikers goes.
Nyenya completely missing the ball, yoked and middle stump out of the ground. We will look back in anger.
Yeah, I tell you, now it will be celebration for the Royals. The plan working out in their favor. The pace bowlers had not yet gotten dividends. As I was telling you, Edwin Wagaba thinking quickly to introduce Sekito Mahad to bowl the 5th over. Edwin says, wait, I can also bowl. He gets the ball, makes other inroads, and now there goes the first wicket of the Katosi. 30 for 1 after 5.3. The breakthrough has come right in the final over to complete the power play.
Scoring at just above 5 towards 6. Looking at the scoring rate, should be about 8 per over for a very competitive score on this ground.
And And I tell you, the conditions to bat will become better in the second innings because the sun has come out, meaning the wicket will dry a little more, and so will the outfield. But Kitdan Amani, player and manager for Awojo Cricket Club, is now the new man in. That one drifting to the pads, but with the flick there from Kitdan Amani to get off the mark.
We are in the runs business, no time to waste. So as soon as you come in, it is go time.
That is it. Quarter is the call. There is a fielder. Does he get hold on to the catch? He raises up the catch, but the umpire takes her time before making the call. Robert Ajina already making the walk. Not sure if that will carry it to him, but the catch is taken by Tom Adopi, and the second wicket goes.
Ajuna trying to go hard, but only manages to sky that ball. Adupu in full control of the ball before he lays down on the ground. Good job from the young man.
Spin already causing trouble. 2 wickets in the over for the captain Edwin Wagaba. Edwin Wagaba has ever played for the Uganda under-19 in under-19 World Cup, the one which has played in West Indies in 2022. He is also the captain from Conrad Women Cricket Club, so he comes into this game with a wealth of experience. The plan is now working out for the Nsonga Royals. When you look at the way the power play was going, wickets were not falling. Clearly, the strikers were winning the power play, but now things have turned very quickly. 2 wickets in the over with just a ball to complete the power play.
Of course, Edwin Wagaba, brother to Zephyr Arinaitwe, also a former Ugandan international, a very, very competitive fella. Also doubles as the coach for St. Cornelius Kalagala, tasked with developing cricketers in this very area.
We also do have a sister who plays cricket, Edwin Wagaba and Zephania Katunji Arinaitwe. The name has just flicked off my head when we did talk about Edwin, but she was playing cricket for Ginger SS. And Nino Jonathan is the new man in. Final ball of the over, that goes straight to the pads, but after hitting the blade, a dot ball. What an over there from Edwin Wagaba. 2 runs given away, 2 dot balls and 2 wickets falling in that over. And that marks the end of the power play. And as we come to the end of the power play, the scoreboard reads 31 for a loss of 2 wickets.
The scoring rate is just above 5 per over. Katosi strikers winning the toss and opting to bat first. It is good to see the sun coming out. That means that the pitch is drying. We can not overlook the efforts of the ground staff to prepare this pitch that we could have cricket this first day of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge.
The 2 men in Ramadan, Ali and Mutwali, will be doing a lot of good work to make sure that the playing surface is really firm and ready. Kitdan Amani with 1 off 1, Jonathan Nero with none off 1. 2 new men at the crease as Mahadi Sekito gets the ball again. He gave us 7 in his first, but now he returns. Nearly beaten for all money, and the umpire says yes, that would have gone and hit the stumps. The ball kept low. He kept waiting and waiting for it before you could flick it. And that man there, Kitdan Amani of Awojo Cricket Club, will have to make the long walk back to the dugout.
Excellent work from the young Mahad as it traps Amani plumb for LB. Joyous celebrations out in the middle for the Royals.
And somehow felt that maybe that ball could have kept on turning and turning, but look at that play there. If you could have it again, a man looked to be beaten, or maybe was talking about the height. But let's look at it again. Ball there, it was turning in. Clearly
A
That
straight
could have
one.
gone on.
Amani thinking that the ball will turn towards leg, but Mahad showing off his variety. Straight one. Pinning him plumb in front of the wickets.
There was not too much intent there for him. But Mukisa Eric is the new batter in. Mukisa Eric, another student of Nsonga College, Mwiri, played for Jack Cricket Club. Last season he was with Tornado Cricket Club. And now, this season, he joined Wanderers Cricket Club. He's the new man in to make sure that he carries his bat forward. Touch and he go off the mark and runs, and the run added onto the total. But now they feel that there is too much pressure. 3 solid batters who can hit the ball have already departed. Jonathan Nyenya, Robert Ajuna, and Kithdan Amani falling in quick fashion in a space of about 60 balls. He has his long stride and touches and goes. Yes, right under the nose of Perry Wazombe.
Good running in between the wickets from the strikers. New batter in, of course. And the Royals have to be mindful not to let all the pressure that they had built up dissipate away with those singles.
Not too much effort there done by the fielder at covers, and the Katosi take the run. I tell you what I've liked about these two, Jonathan Nyuro and Eric Mokisa. They know that they have lost some quick early wickets, and they are now trying to build the innings again. Googly, and he stabbed it down. But the fielder will have to chase it as he runs round. And yeah, 2 runs added onto the total by Nyuro Jonathan.
Very intelligent batting from the young man, sweeping that one away to find leg area. And Sakito showing off his variety in this over.
Right down the ground towards long on. You did talk about Sakito Joy showing variety. Fumbled. Not by a person you could easily see fumbling, the captain himself, Edwin Nwagaba. And these two batters will take the second run. 7 off the second over by Mahadi Sekito, plus a wicket in that over. And after 7, the scoreboard is reading 38 with loss of 3.
The strikers in a bit of trouble. Established batters out, bringing us to this over with Nwagaba Edwin coming in from the Ginger Road end. You would wonder why this is Ginger Road, because it also leads to Ginger, but via the Njeru side. Nwagaba Edwin.
Got wickets in the first over, now he returns. That is too full. And driven down the ground. Fumbled by Jonathan Nyuro. A big over by Peter Ochen. And they take the run. Peter Ochen and Jonathan Nyuro have both played for the Baby Cricket Cranes. But also the other thing that they do share is that they both played for Ginger SS Cricket Club and school. But currently, one Nyuro Jonathan with Rounders, whereas Peter Ochen is kind of with Soroti City. But these two know a thing or two about each other. Want to take it right under the nose of Perry Wazombe, but no, they will not take it. They will not take him on.
Nwagaba trying to fly that ball. Mukisa unable to put that away. Bowling right under his nose, that he can't pick it up to dispatch it.
Catch and go. This has been the trade, and yes, they take another run. The fielders being caught unaware, and now these two batters are enjoying their fairy tale and they are taking the runs. But now I love the conditions that the sun has come out, Solomon. So we'll be seeing some interesting cricket. It has been overcast this morning, and now the conditions are better. Good work there from Edwin Wagaba, just fielding his ball and not giving the batters any thought.
He leads from the top always. Very passionate about his cricket. Man of very high standards.
Yeah, we did talk about him being very passionate about his cricket. He is a former player from the Push Cricket Academy. They dreamt of playing in the World Cup with Coach Jackson Ogwang when some of these players like Edwin Wagaba were still playing for the Aziz Damani Development Cricket Club, which was like the second team for Aziz Damani Cricket Club. And their dream came true when they made it to that World Cup in the West Indies. But we come to the end of the 8th over. The scoreboard still reading 41 for a loss of 3 wickets.
Ivan, I will tell you that it is the dream of every cricketer to perform and to feature at the highest level that they can. Of course, the World Cup ongoing in Sri Lanka and India.
You did talk about the World Cup ongoing in Sri Lanka and India, and only 4 teams are now standing in the tournament. New Zealand, India, England and South Africa right there. Semi-finals are already locked in. The first one on Wednesday, second should be on Friday, and the final will happen on Sunday, this coming Sunday. So everything will be coming to the end. Will the defending champions India go all the way? All as runners up South Africa have a chance of things to watch there. India and New Zealand in the first semi-final. South Africa will take on India in the rematch of last year's semi-final. I beg your pardon. It will be New Zealand, India, South Africa, England in the semi-finals.
Mahad doing the business for the Royals, tying Nero in knots. Good line and length.
Some dot balls being chipped in very quickly by the Royals. That's driven. Brilliant stop there from Mahad. Sechito, he knew that there was no fielder right behind him, so he puts his body behind the line to stop that one from going anywhere. And that's another dot ball in the over. 4 dot balls so far in the over, just a single. Pace off, should be another dot ball. Yes. Top over there from Mahad Sechito. Most economical, just 1 run given away. And as we come to the end of the 9th, the scoreboard is reading 42 for a loss of 3.
Very good work from Mahad Sechito. Having picked up 1 wicket so far in his 3 overs, going for 15 runs. The squeeze is on from the Royals. An interesting passage of play. The quick singles came in, and then these past 2 overs, the runs have been cut off. Bringing a bowling change from Ginger Road end for the Royals, a Jock Francis left arm coming in. He also plays from Mukono development side.
Starts with a full run, should be a no ball call. Does it go all the way? Yes. 7 runs already from that first delivery there from Francis. A joke. Not anywhere to the plan. He goes so full. Use of the wrist there by Eric Moxan. That goes all the way for a maximum.
Free hit coming up as the Jock Francis bowled a no ball with his first ball. Completely dispatched. So how does he answer back?
So when I somehow mixed up the fixtures, but on Wednesday, the fourth match at 4:30, New Zealand will play South Africa at the Eden Gardens, whereas India will play England at the Wankhede. The free hit is hit, but straight to the fielder at mid-off. Peter Ochen with a fine stop, but nonetheless they take the run under his nose.
Good stop from the man at mid-off, making sure that the strikers don't benefit from that free hit.
That is slashed through the offside. Perry was on the final. Finesse stop. He dives down a bit. As manages to cut that one from racing right to the boundary. They take 2 runs, but I tell you, 50 runs have now come up on board for the Katosi strikers.
Good to see the dives coming in the field, meaning that it is drying more and more. Right in the hitting up for Nero, picking up one. I think a joke is bowling too full. He has some pace on him, so if we could just pull that ball a little bit forward, try to draw the man in, he will be well served. That is the line and the pace. He's a very confident cricketer, always willing to back himself up. That will be wide, straying further and further away on the offside.
This is turning out to be a very expensive over for the Royals. They've been paying pressure, but now the runs are flowing freely. No ball to start off the over, and just more runs. Or joke somehow failing to find his groove. But yes, but they'll take the run. A joke not managing to field his ball, and somehow they were looking for an over to target. This is turning out to be that over. 13 runs already off the over, with the delivery to ball in this over. Touch and go. They take the runs. A direct hit, but the umpire says no. The man was already in his ground. But that single marks the end of the over. Very expensive in the context of this match. 14 off the over. And after 10 at the halfway mark, the scoreboard reads 56 for a loss of 3.
Scoring rate of just 5.6 for the strikers. They won the toss and elected to bat first. Another look at that touch and go. Action-packed day it has been so far, Ivan, in this SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge, brought to you by Kingsley Children's Medical Center, located in Mukono. The tournament curated by Mukono Cricket Community.
One to the punch straight away as Perry Wazombe is now the bowling change. Right into the attack. Starts off with a dot ball. Perry Wazombe very much known for his batting. In the local league last year, he was the second leading runs scorer, just standing right behind. And that's who completed as the top run scorer in last year's domestic league here in Uganda. But Perry had 433 runs in 11 innings. He goes for a quick one, and that's hit to the cow corner area. Perry was a man known for his blade, but currently doing some bowling here for the Nsonga Royals.
Bowling a tight spell so far, with the previous over having gone for many. Oh, beats the man. Good stuff from Perry.
An appeal, but somehow that ball was overpitched. Another quick one there coming in from Perry Wazombe. He's using his brain to bowl and he's making amendments of the previous over. Remember the previous over, Bejo Francis went for 14 runs, but now Perry Wazombe has four bowled 5 legal delivers, giving away just 1 run, 4 dot balls. This should be the final ball of the over there. Long on, long off, right at the boundary. Bit of a leading edge, but it doesn't go to the fielder. Dot ball in the over. Another economical spell. Just 1 run given away by Perry. And after 11, the scoreboard reads 57 for a loss of 3.
The strikers will need to accelerate in this period of time, because 57 is quite pedestrian in this format. So they would be mindful to step on the gas, deal with those running in between wickets, quick singles, and then punishing the bad balls.
The joke is given the second over. Comes left arm over. Down the ground already. They know they will need another over to target try and make sure that they get some more runs. So as they see a Jock Francis coming back to bowl, you clearly see the intent there from the batters trying to come out. But when you look at the lineup of the Katosi strikers, they have some other players who can come and score some runs. Adam Kasim, Malcolm Kato, Nathan Semunjoji, and all come in and put up a show.
A Jock guilty of bowling full, not utilizing his pace to try and get those catches behind the wicket. Everything coming out full so far. Same. Quick single. Taken.
Down the ground. And another run.
That is a better line from a Jock. The batter's equal to the task, picking up those singles that are available.
This time round, he loses his anger, goes down for a slog, but it just gets to the edge of the blade. He was looking at targeting that cow corner area, and when you look at that area, it is vacant. So that is a great thinking there from Jonathan Nero. Down the ground. Top diving fielding there from the field that covers. Just 1 run is taken, and that single marks the end of the over. 5 of the over, better amendment compared to the first, which he went for 14. And after 12, the scoreboard read is 62 for a loss of 3.
The run rate firmly stuck just above 5 for the strikers. Perry Wazombe continues from the forest end. Nero Jonathan, the batter.
It was back with the ball. He gave away 1 run in his first over, and now he's given the ball again to bowl his second. One of the people that you clearly know that they will use their brain when they come out bowling. Perry.
Unable to put that ball away, Mukisa. The ball rushing him. Not there for hitting. Bowled him. Trying to go across the line. But Perry Wazombe has the last laugh. Picking up Mukisa, who departs for 16 in 19 balls. Fourth wicket down for the Katosi strikers. 63 runs on board.
The replay there, that ball kept drifting in. Clear that ball could have been there, but he didn't hit it quite well, and then inside edge from his blade. We'll see Mukisa bowled. He makes the long walk, leaving the scoreboard reading 63 for a loss of 4.
He had started going quite well, but just a rush of blood to the head sees him departing. Another rebuilding job on for the strikers. Beautiful scenes out there on the park with the sun out. Serunjoji Nathan is the new bat. 3 balls left in this Perry Wazombe over. Doing the trick for the Royals.
Nathan Serunjoji, a player for the Mukono Development Cricket Club, a club that he joined this season after playing for SSC last season. Long stride, he will play it but doesn't carry to the fielder. And Nathan Serunjoji gets off the mark with a single.
Serunjoji had a wonderful innings in that match between Mukono Development Team and the Centurions, managing to anchor the innings with a useful 25. Wicketkeeper guilty of missing that one. By indicated by the umpire. These youngsters are growing in leaps and bounds. They must be enjoying these very many opportunities. Not only do you play on the weekend, but now you can also play throughout the week. So happy days. Leaves that one alone, bringing us to the close of the 13th over. Wazombe conceding only 3 in that over and picking up 1 wicket. Katosi strikers have 65 runs on board for the loss of 4 wickets. We are inching closer and closer to the end of this first innings of the second match on game day 1 of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge 2026. There is a bowling change from the Ginger Road end as Edwin Nwagaba replaces Ijok Francis. No run on offer for that one. A quicker one from Nwagaba beats Nyiro. A lot of variety on offer. They pick up 2 off that hack to extra cover. It is a very interesting contest between Nwagaba and Nyiro. Of course, make some adjustments to his field. Long on in business. Nyiro picks up one.
Edwin Nwagaba returning to ball. Comes to ball with a 5 for 2, and he gets another one. Make it the third wicket. Nathan Serunjoji not really with the best of techniques. That disturbs the middle stump, and Edwin Nwagaba returns it to the bowling attack, and he gets his third wicket.
Ivan, as you mentioned, the technique, Serunjoji yoking himself for a ball that is there to be hit. Obviously disappointed in himself. As we take another look at that, non-stepping in line with the ball and is clean bowled. Nwagaba picking up his third. The strikers have now lost 5 wickets while posting 68 runs. Brilliant bowling from Nwagaba. Adam Kasim, the new man in, more astute as a bowler, but he will have to do some batting now. Formerly turning out for Mukono Cricket Development side, but we'll have to ask Ivan Fabrizio Sajabi, a man abreast with the going-ins within the cricket league of player movements.
Yeah, things first, that overcomes at the end. 4 runs off the over by Edwin Nwagaba, and after putting the scoreboard with 69 for a loss of 5. The Katosi strikers have already lost half of their batters. But speaking about Kasim Adam was released by Mukono Development Cricket Club, and he is now clubless as we speak this. So he can join any outfit of his choice. What Kasim Adam shares with Edwin Nwagaba, they have both been at Mwiri, and they are both products of the academy. And both of them are all spinners. But Pedro was back with the ball. That is lofted over his head. Clearly, that he could have had the chance of picking that wicket if he tried maybe a jumping catch. But nonetheless, runs bring up the 70 for the Katosi strikers.
Do you think, Ivan, that they will cross the 100 mark with the way the wickets are falling and the squeeze on from the Royals?
I think somehow they can get to that mark, but they'll need to make sure that they grind. When you look at Edwin Nwagaba, he still has 1 over. He's been very economical. Peru Zombe, after this, will be having another over. So you have to make sure that you play through these 2 overs. Currently, just 4.90. Clearly, they cannot get them. But if they make sure that they get some runs, they stand a chance of league there from Kasim Adam and another single. And I think now for them to get to the 100 runs mark, they should be targeting at picking at least a boundary in each of these remaining 5 full overs after this one.
Good running from Jonathan, a quick one to get on strike. Of course, he's been there for a while. He's the man to do the job. Drive through mid-off, but picks up just 1. Was Zombe doing the trick for the Royals? These players know each other very well, their strengths and weaknesses, and
Wide. Kasim Adam throwing his bat to it. His dugout is not happy. A catch is taken. And Kasim Adam falls into the trap. A very, very bad ball. As seen him cheaply lose his wicket.
Just proves my point, Ivan. I told you that these youngsters and these players know each other. And before I could even complete the sentence, Wazombe sets a trap for Kasim, and he bites the poison cherry, and he has to perish. I told you the 100 run mark is going further and further away. They have opportunity if they can just keep batting. But 15 overs down, 73 runs for the loss of 6 for the Katosi strikers. Scoring rate of just 4.87, a clear drop off from the 5 that they were going at previously. Edwin Nwagaba to bowl his last over, and he makes adjustments. Cow corner, long on, long off. Draws him forward for no run. That is dispatched away, pulled through deep mid-wicket for 4. Nwagaba straying to the legs. Nero now stepping on the gas for his team.
That one edged. Could have nearly carried to the wicketkeeper Doka Abdul Shakul, but it runs into the vacant area. They push very quickly and they make sure that they get those 2 runs. Nero Jonathan knows how vital these runs are. So he's just making sure that he keeps the scoreboard ticking. He knows he will have to carry his bat through. 25 of 30 for him. So he really doesn't want to give anything away. He's pushing on the young man as he makes sure that the scoreboard keeps flowing.
Bad habits creeping back in for the Royals, giving away extra runs where there is none. Cut away by Nero. Serves a 4. A Jock Francis.
That's the effort there from that young man. Yeah, not the best of landings, but nonetheless.
Just an injury. And there will be a replacement. The fielder coming off was for where while trying to stop that ball. Another look at that. Chest is on. And a slip. That is where all the trouble stemmed from for the fielder. On the sidelines receiving treatment. Bringing a break in play.
Yeah, a break in play. I hope if our producer could make some bit of highlights of this game ready. So that's trying to make sure that we tell you how the story happened between the Nsonga Royals and the Katosi Strikers. This is the second game of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge happening here at the Florida Oval. If you've just joined us, the toss was won by the Katosi strikers and they opted to bat first. But things have not been moving their way. Some of the replays here in this game. That was well guided there by Jonathan Nero. The wicketkeeper had nothing much to do as that raced away. Runs have been flowing. Of course, this one is being sponsored by Kingsley Children's Medical Center, Deep End Sports Media, Mukono Cricket Community, and Cricket Uganda, putting money together to and make sure that the action continues. 82 for a loss of 6 after 15.4 overs.
This is the second game of match day 1, SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge. With injury to the fielder, there's been a break in play, but the strikers going at it, trying to cross that 100-run mark. After that short break, we are back with live pictures out in the middle. Katosi strikers won the toss and opted to bat first. Have set so far 82 runs for the loss of 6 in 15.4 overs. Blocked by Tom. Strays beyond the tram lines. Nwagaba, as he tries to complete his allotted 4 overs, drifts that up. Another wide. Nine coming off the final over of Edwin Nwagaba. Finishes with figures of 3 wickets for 20 runs. Katosi strikers have 84 runs on the board for the loss of 6. 16 overs gone. Jonathan Nero still out there. 28 in 31 with a new man. Tom having scored none in his 2. A bowling change at the forest end as Mahad Sachito returns. No run. Missed by short cover, but brings another dot ball. Spin has done the damage for the Royals against the strikers. Strikes one in anger for 4 runs. Drive to mid-off, picking up one. Pins him plumb. No foot movement at all. And Mahad Sachito has his man.
Yeah, Mahad Sechito replicating some good bowling display here. He picks up his second wicket. 20-2 with just a ball for him to complete his spell. Tom Adupo trapped LBW and he will have to make the long walk. That's the replay there. He shuffled across the stumps, trying to go for a glance. Didn't put the blade close to that one. Dead plumb. And another wicket goes. Look at that replay again there right in your frame. He moved even before he had even seen where the ball was going to land. And that had always to be troublesome for him. Another one goes. The scoreboard reads 89 for 7 after 16.5.
I told you, Ivan, that it might look like easy to pick up the 3 figures, but with the way the innings are going, unless somebody steps up to the plate, the strikers will be guilty of posting another paltry score in this dot ball. 17 overs completed. 5 runs coming off that Mahad Sachito over with 1 wicket in, finishing with 2 wickets for 20 runs in his allotted 4. Katosi strikers have 89 runs on board for the loss of 7 wickets.
More overs to play in this batting innings of the Katosi strikers. Perry Wazombe now changing bowling ends. He will come to bowl his final over, momentarily replacing Edwin Wagaba from the road end. His first were from the other side of the ground. But he keeps on the decent work. He's been the most economical between all the bowlers. He's bowled 3 overs and he's considered just 7 runs, picking up 2 wickets. And now he returns again with some fine spells. Trying to hit that one. There is a run-out chance at the bowler's end. Will it be completed? Yes. Perry Wazombe makes it look easy. It looked like in the moment he couldn't have completed it. Another one goes caught out of his crease. Stephen Othieno. And the 8th wicket will have to get back to the dugout.
Good combination work from Mitali and Wazombe to effect that run out. Othieno guilty of running where there is no run at all. Another look at that. Ball clearly going to the fielder. Throws it into the stumps. Wazombe effects the run out. New man in. David Mukisa.
Down to 1 knee. and just feints the fielder at deep mid wicket. Jonathan Nyiro denying the run, turning down the run. Not a very good idea, in my opinion. Runs on board, keep taking them the way they come, and it clearly shows that you're not showing any confidence in your partner. So when the over ends and you're still hanging on the other side, your partner can throw their wicket. After all, you're saying that you didn't trust them. That is edged through the legs of the wicket keeper. They push very quickly, and they get the second run. Not good glove work there from Doka Abdul Shakur. At least would have stopped that one, but in the end it results in two more runs to bring up the 90 runs mark in this game.
I think Nyiro, realizing that he's the last recognized batter, he needs to take most of the strike, but I completely agree with you that runs on board are runs on board. So they still had about 2.2 overs, so there are plenty of runs and rather balls still on offer. So if the opportunity to run is there, he should run. Somehow skipping for the batter, but the trajectory of the innings has been that spin has done most of the damage for the Royals against the strikers. Unable to put that ball away.
Driven down the ground there by Jonathan Nyiro. And I tell you, if he wants to hog most of the strike, he will be looking at getting a single to make sure that the start of the 19th over is on the other side. Hits that one over the field. Will be happy to take the single because he will now take the guard. And somehow he's been a bit pedestrian in terms of strike rate, but he's been getting runs for them. He has 36 of 41. And as we come to the end of the 18th over, Perry Wasombe's quarter comes to an end. He's bowled 4, conceding 10 and picking up 2 wickets, including a run-out dismissal which was effected in that over. And after 18, the scoreboard reads 92 for a loss of 8.
Very good spell from Perry. Very disciplined. Bowling wicket to wicket. You miss a hit. So very good figures for him. And then we have a bowling change from the Forest end as Ochen returns for the penultimate over in this Katosi striker innings.
Yeah, he returned. He's already bowled 2 overs and he has conceded 10 runs, still wicketless. But somehow it's been so economical for the side. 92 for 8, more 12 deliveries. If they can get a run a ball from here on, maybe they have a chance of looking at that psychological 3 figures. But looking at his field with Jonathan Nyiro on strike, longer on, longer off, right at the boundary, 30 man extra cover and deep mid wicket for Jonathan Nyiro. Jonathan will be looking at making sure that he scores at worst a maximum or a boundary here for the side into the block hole, but it will be a dot ball for Peter Ochen to start off the over.
Good yoker from Ochen, and you will realize those are the kind of balls that are bowled during these final overs. The varieties, the slower balls that are very hard to put away.
Swing and a miss, but a bit high. Jonathan Nyiro not getting down and not getting close to the ball. When you look at his stance, it was a stand and deliver stance, meaning that every ball which could keep low could quickly stray in just right to the hands of the wicket keeper. 2 dot balls to start off the over there by Peter Ochen. Peter Ochen not overdoing anything. He's just bowling that fourth off stump line, and he's made sure that he keeps the blades of these batters, Jonathan Nyiro and David, a bit silent. Pace off, full patches there from Jonathan Nyiro. He again turns down the single because he knows he will be wanting to capitalize a little more But I tell you, look at the runs that Nyira has denied, about 3 runs. It means by now we could be having the score at 95. And you can't clearly tell me that you're sure that Mukisa will not manage to bat. But nonetheless, Jonathan Nyiro looking to capitalize. So the ones he has so far denied, he will need to go for a big one. Talk about a big one. He plays that one to extra cover. He denies another one.
Right now he's just having a net session, so you would say throwdowns and and punching them away, but with no runs. So I think he needed to trust his partner. Just try to see that they are rotating strike, but he's taking everything on his shoulders.
Another one
and
there.
Fine. He finally takes one with the ball drifting to his leg side.
After making his ground, the batter just getting out of his ground. He put his bat in the crease, but he didn't just maintain his ground there. And it's given run out by the umpire. Standing outside of the crease at a wrong time. Some of the things that the coaches should be looking at amending in terms of basics for most of these players.
When you mention the coaches, we are catching strays, but those are the fundamentals we teach every single day. Keeping your ground, but Mukisa went off wandering. It is Ochen against Kato Malcolm.
Yeah, Kato Malcolm is the last batter there to make his way to the crease.
Bringing us to the close of the 19th over. Maiden wicket for, just one wicket coming in the last over for Peter Ochen. 92 runs on board for the loss of 9 for the Katosi strikers. So new man in, Malcolm Kato, joining Jonathan Nyiro in this Katosi strikers innings. The run rate is a pedestrian 4.84. Mitali Ethan coming from the Ginger Road end to bring us to the close of this innings.
Full Yoka, well executed there from Mitali Ethan. Just getting one angling in there to Jonathan Nyiro. And a dot ball there for him. Good thinking and good work there from Ethan Mitali. Somehow the runs are not coming the way of the Katosi strikers. Lofted over the fielder. Running very quickly by Peter Ochen, pushing for the second. Will it be a run out? No. 2 more runs added onto the total. Good running.
Nyiro maintaining strike in this final over.
Another one to the pads. Will it be wide? But not good glove work there from the wicket keeper. Wide is the call from the umpire. Clearly the keeper got to there and somehow he didn't just manage to stop that one.
There's been some laxity in the keeping of Abdul Shakur Doka especially with those balls going down the leg side. Something to work on. Mitali strays to the leg side again. Playing for the opposition. Trying to see them over the 3-figure mark.
Waits in the over. Another Yorker. That's the ball he was looking for. This time round he executes it so well. Jonathan Niro has batted well, scoring 39 of 48, but his trade is a bowler. So clearly when you bowl well to him, you can suffocate him of the opportunities. Cow corner, long on, long off, extra cover, and third man at the boundary. Goes for all money, but he forgets to close his doors. A wild swing there from Jonathan Niro, straight through. Furniture rearranged by Ethan Mitali, and another wicket goes. The final one for the Katosi strikers. Jonathan Niro, who was hogging most of the strike, making his partners feel like for them they could not bat, is in the end bowled, and the Katosi strikers all out for just 97 runs.
Head up, ball right in the channel, and he has to depart. Good bowling from Mitali Ethan. Good line, bringing a close to these Katosi strikers. 97 on board, 10 wickets down.
They are all out, the Katosi strikers. This is the second game of the day, match day number 1 of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge, happening right here at the Florida Cricket Oval, right down in Nkokonjeru. A wide shot of the beautiful flora here at the Florida Cricket Oval. That's the moment that wrapped up the innings. One which was angling in for Jonathan Niro, swung hard for all money, but in the end his furniture is rattled, and 98 runs is what the Nsonga Royals will need if they pick up victory this afternoon here. Ladies and gentlemen, we take a short break and we will return with the second innings of this game.
And oh no, yabadde joko yabadde gundi yagudde Dr. Banganze eno gundi gye nalabyeko eno ate nze nanya ne spikes naye omukono nagira nakuwa kati bw'oslidinga kuno Rebecca. Kunatapukenda lwao ekujja guyinza okugwa mudde gundi 12.
Masaba.
But still,
Santi kati ampa ya gana. Wabadde asula kumedde ebituubi. Okay, kolo vere genzi.
yaba just did
Yaba mubuulidde.
nekibuuzo kyambuuza. Run, tukomyewo eh? The Flora at the iconic Florida Cricket Oval right there in your frame. From wherever you're catching this second game of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge between the Nsonga Royals and the Katosi Strikers. We are back for the run chase. 98 runs for the Nsonga Royals pick up victory. This is match day number 1 and action continues even tomorrow. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajab here in the comms and I'm not alone. I have Solomon Luama here with me. Solomon, welcome back from that short break.
Thank you very much, Ivan. The strikers won the toss and elected to bat. Obviously, posted 97 all out. I think they fell short by about 40 runs. They had established partnerships, but could not go on to post good scores. So that leaves them at 97. The Royals just need 98 runs in that 20 overs to claim their first victory in this tournament.
You did say that they fell short by about 40 runs. But I tell you, Solomon, runs on board, runs on board. 97 is so pottery before we start chasing it down. But Perry Wazombe, very, very known for his trade with the blade, will be facing the first ball. And the first ball will be coming in from Kasim Adam. Robert Arjuna, the captain for the Katosi Strikers with the gloves. This is an interesting matchup.
Scoring rate, required rate, just being at over 4 per over. Yes, it seems gettable, but
first ball of the run chase. Drifting away from Perry Wazombe. He gets it to extra cover to find Kidana Mani. First runs off the blade there already. Mahad Sekito is opening the batting alongside Perry Wazombe. I think it was a good idea there from Kasim Adam, bowling it so wide from Perry Wazombe. One that just beats him for all money. Dot ball for Kasim Adam. They will require just a 3 every over to pick up victory. For Sekito Mahadi, there are no fielders outside. All the fielders are right in the 30 yards. One to covers. Another dot ball for Kasim Adam. When you look at this inning so far, the run chase by the Nsonga Royals, it has been so cautious. Wide from the batter, and wide is the call from the umpire. A very loose ball there from Kasim Adam. You can easily get punished. Kasim Adam Mad Sekito played for the same club last season from Corn Development. Fall and hit. Does it go all the way? There was some power in that shot, but they'll just take one run. Playing carefully, making sure they don't lose any other wicket.
Definitely, with the scoring rate required being just above 4, no need to take unnecessary risks. So take the ones. If you can exploit another mistake, take the other, which is on offer. But going about their business are the Royals.
That is pulled to the onside by Perry Wazombe. It was wide outside off. Perry forces the shot on the onside, but he manages to bring up the first boundary in this run chase.
Such a ball just dares the batter to find the spaces wide of stumps, and Wazombe obliges, sends that to the boundary for a max. For a 4.
That is a good bowling there from Kasim Adam. A bit flighted, a bit too full to the blade. And that one marks the end of the over. 8 of the over. And after the first, 8 for none is the score.
You will realize from the first innings that spin did a lot of damage, and I think the strikers are borrowing from the playbook of the Royals. Spin will be very key in this match.
And yes, Solomon, you did say that spin will be the trade, and another spinner comes into the attack in Mukisa Eric from Jack to Tornado, currently at Wanderers Cricket Club on the domestic scene, played in the national from Soka College Mwiri, and so he said win the trophy, but now he's been given the ball to do some bowling here.
A slip in place for Mukisa.
Mukisa with the slip in place goes full. That should have been a chance for a run out, but it is fumbled. These two batters at different networks, not the best of communications. They throw not so good, and they take the run.
Perry Wazombe as the senior player should guide the young man. They have this tendency when they hear the sound of the bat to just take off. So still things to learn, of course. Changing the field setting. Slip is pushed away to cover.
Yeah, and now he will be having long on and long off for Perry Wazombe. And clearly, Solomon, what this tournament offers to some of these young players is that they get a thing or two to learn from the experienced players like Perry Wazombe. Perry joined the Sidon Lions Cricket Club yesterday. He played his first game for the Lions. He was at Wanderers last season, but after Wanderers also shifting into a development team, because when you look at the plan for Wanderers this season is that they will use most of the development players from the schools, Soka College. But that's dispatched away past the fielder. Not a very good ball there from Mukisa Eric. Very, very full to the blade of Perry Wazombe. And he goes for all money, beats extra cover. I beg your pardon, beats the mid wicket and brings up another boundary.
Full toss and fully dispatched by Wazombe.
Again, He goes for the same shot, but this time round the fielder rallies right behind that one. All money cuts it off to just a dot ball. Better amends there from Eric Mukista. Now purchasing some bit of bounce from the surface. The sun already out here at Florida Oval. Flighted, played down the ground, fumbled, and they will take the run.
Perry looks to be meaning business already. Strikes the ball hard.
Solomon, it's that left-right combination. You clearly know what it does to the field. Changes on every delivery. Now he's coming right arm over. Hit down the ground. Wema had set it right to the fielder, and no is the call. That dot ball marks the end of the over. 6 runs off Eric Mukista's first over, and after 2, the scoreboard reads 14 for no loss.
The openers looking good, punishing the bad balls, and then running well as well. As you said, the left-right hand combination very hated by the fielding sides because of the amount of changes that happen. Sometimes even after just a single ball.
It's not only hated by the fielding side, the umpires too as well, because when you're at square leg, in a few moments it turns into point, so sometimes you have to change. So as an umpire, I feel you'll never want to have that left-right combination, but there is a bowling change as Tom Adupu replaces the bowler who bowled the first over in Kasim Adam. Tom will be bowling from the well end, and Tom is a player for Africa Cricket Club. He made his debut yesterday. Did some good bowling. The game was played at this very ground, so just needs to replicate that some good performance if his side is to defend this portrait total.
Africa Cricket Club, obviously among the iconic clubs within the Uganda League. Misses out on that one, founding good line from Adupu.
Yeah, some dot balls being put in by Adupu. They will need many of these because these dot balls create some bit of pressure to the batters. And when there is pressure, it means it becomes easier to get the wickets. But first things first, they have to deal with the Perry Wazombe. Perry Wazombe is already a player of match candidate. To me, he's bowled 4 overs, conceding 10 and picking up 2 wickets, including 1 dismissal, a run-out dismissal. So he is taking a cautious chase. Perry Wazombe just making sure that he sees his team towards the finish line. They also have Edwin Nwagaba, handed spinner, but he can also come all guns blazing with a blade. So these two, Mahad Sechito and Perry Wazombe, just need to make sure that they get their team set and rolling.
Bowler will have to come again. Yes, Perry Wazombe looking good out there in the middle. He's done the damage with the bat, with the ball. Better ball from Adupu. Wazombe trying to guide that to the leg side, but a slower delivery and couldn't use the pace.
think slow deliveries have been goldie dust in this game because we have not seen so many slow deliveries being dispatched away. Perry Wazombe making an Aleshimi. He just saw that he was beaten for all manner and he had to close off his bat. Bring up that single. And his teammates like it. Clearly support has been eminent and they have given it to them right from the dugout. I love the setup here at Florida Cricket Oval. For any cricket fan who has not been at this ground, it should be a place you should come and visit. From where we stand, we see the chairman is stand. I think in the context of this game, of this ground, they were speaking about engineer Chibuka Musoke William, the father to Jeremy Chibuka Musoke and Cyrus Chibuka Musoke. We look at how the field was built. Two teams both have dressing rooms, and it has this upper view where you really sit on a rise and make sure that you see the beautiful game of cricket. And from where we are doing this commentary from, right close to the road, we see the buses that are straying down to the eastern side of the country. Those that are heading to Soroti, those that are heading to Nairobi, Kenya. We also see the ground is so well. We get a full view of the scoreboard. We get a full view of the nets. And clearly this is a very good ground. But we come to the end of the second over. 3 runs off the over. And runs still in full flow. 16 for no loss.
We apologize for the graphics, but the score is 16 runs in 3 overs. Adam Kasim continues from the Ginger Road end.
Yeah, Adam Kasim coming to momentarily replace Eric Mokisa, who bowled from this side of the ground. Should be looking at bowling ball taken. That's hit up in the air. Catches the call. There is a fielder. Yes, catch is taken. Serunjo Jonathan completes that catch, and the danger man Perry Wazombe will have to depart. Dot ball pressure, and somehow it's a positive for the side because Perry Wazombe is a batter who can take away the game from you.
He just threw that away because there was no need. And interestingly, Perry Wazombe got Adam Kasim in the first innings. Now Kasim pays back in kind as we see Serunjo Jonathan completing the catch of a skier. First wicket down for the Royals. Down on his knee, trying to hit it over deep mid-wicket, but only manages a skier. And the young man composed takes the catch.
I think the idea for Perry Wazombe, first word starting that over, was to make sure that he starts off with a boundary, to try to make sure that he puts Kasim Adam under some early pressure. Kasim Adam wins the battle, and the Perry Wazombe goes 16 for 1 after 3.1 overs.
In comes Abdul Shakul Doka.
Abdul Shakul Doka, one of those few players who have represented for Uganda under 19. He played in the Easter Youth ODI series that were played in Ginger in 2024. Also in that build-up tournament, in many build-up tournaments, the under 19 World Cup qualifiers, Doka Shakul was always part of them. Still at Nsonga College Mwiri, but he's never been in a major tournament for the under 19. Maybe sometimes it doesn't make cuts. Of course, it's always tight there. You must be having your statistics right. But in most of the domestic tournaments, Doka has had a chance. He's a wicket-keeper batter. Nsonga College Mwiri is where he was bred, but he can hit the ball. So now he needs to make sure that he carries his bat through. He came in as a late replacement to the squad after Timothy Kawangu's another wicket-keeper batter pulling out of this tournament because of other commitments. Full and hit. It will be an edge. Running down the ground, backward of the square. They are pushing quickly for the second, and yes, they will get the second run.
An opportunity for Abdul Shakul Doka to show what he's made of. And that is the beauty of such tournaments, that you are always playing, you are always scoring. The data is there for the selectors to see.
Look at Abdul Shakur. In his free time, I always find him in the nets of, in the tennis courts of Lugogo doing some bit of tennis. And I keep saying that tennis players have some good timing. Sometimes he coaches and also plays that sport of cricket. Creates room and plays that one with power. But there's a field in the deep in Kitdan Amani. Fine stop. And just one run off that fine shot there from Doka Abdul Shakur.
So he's not any different from many of the tennis and cricket players we've had in Uganda. Sematimba Lawrence, even the great Frank Subuga, all started out as tennis players. The Ruyanges, and then Otim, then they shifted to cricket.
And somehow they have traded well in this game of cricket. Runs for picking right under the nose of the fielder. The director threw a bit late. And at the end of the fourth over, the score is 21 for a loss of 1. Striding on Dr. Abdul Shakur with 1 of 4, whereas Sechito Mahad has 3 of 7 deliveries.
Of course, Ivan, this is the Sabula T20 Cricket Challenge 2026 happening down here in Kokonjeru, Ziba to be exact, is our location at Florida Cricket Oval.
Yeah, Tom Adopo returns with the ball, gave away 3 runs in his first, and now he comes for the second. Balls him for all money. Playing it on the back foot. Mahad Sechito beaten by the pace. Top of bells off. Furniture out of its shape. And the second one goes.
Another look at this. As Adupu finds the bull's eye. Poor foot movement from Sekito. Going back on a full delivery. And he has to go.
And when you look at that replay there, he was somehow closing in his bat. He didn't go with the full face. He didn't even go forward. He went on the back foot. That's the dugout there right in your frame. And Kiria is gotten off guard as it bats. Somehow the Nsonga Royals are in some sorts of trouble because the Katosi strikers have made sure that they add some bit of pressure. 2 wickets falling very, very quickly.
The power play not being utilized by the Royals. Field changes by Captain Arjuna with a new man in. So both openers for the Royals have departed. Wazombe and Mahad Sekito. A rebuilding job for Abdul Shakur Doka and Davis.
Yeah, Davis Wanyama, the new man in from St. John's High School, Kauga. Played for the Nationals, but that's not a very good start for him. The ball is drifting away from him on the offside and he's forcing the shot on the onside. That's a bit risky, but Davis Wanyama and Tom Adupu started from the same school, St. John's High School, Kauga. So you somehow feel that they have a thing or two that they know about each other. St. John's High School won the Deep End Schools tournament in the boys category. That was the 4th edition. Whereas St. Cornelius Kalagala won in the girls category. At the Nationals of the boys, St. John's was runners-up. That was full and it hit. Not too much effort there from the bowler. I tell you, when you're defending a portrait, you need to make sure that you keep the pressure on. So clearly you don't afford to let many run past you.
Yes, indeed. poor communication between the batters. But Adupu right on the money in this over, putting the squeeze on.
Yatoma Dupe, another product of Sorot Cricket Academy. That's it down the ground. Fine dive. Fine effort there from Jonathan Nyiro. And overthrow. A chance to take many runs. And yes, they will take the runs. Because the backup fielder in Eric Mukisa didn't really offer the best in terms of throwing the ball. The umpire running to check what might have happened to the batter.
A splendid effort, diving effort from Nero to keep out that ball for a boundary. In some discomfort after that, but seems to be okay.
They don't want Jonathan Nero to be injured because he was the man who carried his bat during the first innings. But those are some of the replays there. That was the dismissal of Perry Wazombe. He was going for all money, taking on the bowling of Kasim Adam right in the fourth over. On the first ball of the fourth over, didn't really manage to dispatch it away. And he gave away his wicket there like that. Some of the replays there. Kasim Adam has also been so handy, giving away a little many. But he made inroads for the side. That was a thick outside edge from the bat that went past the wicket keeper. Really, that's Kasim Adam, the man, former at Mukono Development Cricket Club. That was in the slot and hit down. But it's been fine piece of action that just didn't carry to the fielder. Kasim Adam, when he tried to toss that one up, but Tom Adupu is the man right in your frame with the ball. He's so far bowled 1.4 overs. He's considered 6 runs and he's picked up a wicket. Big wicket of Mahadi Sechito, who fell in this very over. But now we are back for the action after Nilo Jonathan getting some bit of medical attention. Played down the ground. And no run will be the call from the non-strikers and batter.
A good spell from Adupu. The Royals going just above 4 at this moment, which is good for them. And they pick up another 2 runs off that pull shot from Abdul Shakul Doka.
Five runs off over number 5. And the scoreboard stands at 26 for a loss of 2 wickets. Eric Mukisa back with the ball. He gave away 6 in his first over, momentarily taken out of the attack. But now he returns. His first over was bowled from that very end, the road end. And now there he comes. 3 off 3 for Davis Wanyama and 3 off 6 for Doka Abdul Shakul. Second match of the SABULA. That is hit. Will it find the fielder in the deep? Kitdanamani going past the ball. Puts the chance down. And they take 2 runs. One of the things that they will need to avoid is to make sure that they take their chance. They need to avoid putting those down. A shuffle across the stumps by Davis Wanyama, but didn't play it over. Kitdana Amani, who puts the chance down. More runs on board. Down the ground. Fine stop by the fielder. Dot ball for Eric Mukisa. Hit with power. Looking for that fielder running in from mid on. I beg your pardon, mid off. And a fine stop there from Kasim Adam. Keeping that to just a single. Required run rate 5 every over. At the start of the innings, it was 3. So they need to make sure that they don't let it run, because if they let it continue raising high, it might be hard for them to defend. I beg your pardon, to chase. Dot ball there from Eric Mukisa. Eric Mukisa, one of those youngsters that have always seen being coached by the legendary former Cricket Queens player and head and the coach in Michael Grace Ndiko, well at Lugogo. So he's done some work on his bowling, and you clearly see that he's not been the bowler to hit. Just bowling in the good areas, trying to make sure that he keeps the Katosi strikers alive in this match. Cow corner and long on at the boundary for Davis Wanyama, who's shown that he can hit the ball. He hits it a few inches over the fielder. They are pushing quickly for the second. They'll take the second run. Good running. Well, that double will mark at the end to the second over. It will also mark at the end to the power play. The scoreboard reads 32 for a loss of 2 after 6 overs. At the end of the power play, during the batting innings of the Katosi strikers, the strikers had 31 for a loss of 2 wickets. The Nsonga Royals at 32 for a loss of 2. Tom Adopo, who's bowled 2 overs, conceding 8 runs and picking up a wicket, is given the ball to bowl his third. Extra cover, deep mid wicket, longer on, I beg your pardon, third man and fin leg right at the boundaries. That is a hit. Fall and hit on the bounce. Down the ground by Doka Abdul Shakur, slow outfield. And the reward from that glorious shot is just 2 runs. Robert Ajuna using an attacking field because he knows that he will try to make sure that he puts these bowlers into pressure. I beg your pardon, the batters into pressure. He knows he's not working with so many runs, so you need to make sure that you bowl so well and keep them under the pressure. The plan so far working out for him. He's not working with so many runs, but he's made sure that these runs don't come quick and easy. Runs on board are runs on board. They will just need to make sure that they break this partnership and get rid of Edwin Wagaba. Maybe they could have a chance of pushing it to the deep. Another one there, down the leg by Doka Abdul Shakur, and it's called wide by the umpire. Tom Adopo losing his shape, and it's now the Royals in it. Off his hip. Good use of the wrist by Doka Abdul Shakur, dabbing that one to square leg for a single. Well, this tournament is sponsored by Kingsley Children Medical Center, Deep End Sports Media, Mukono Cricket Community and Cricket Uganda. Interesting days of action happening here at Florida Cricket Oval. Second game of the tournament, early days. Past the wicketkeeper there, not very good glove work from Robert Arjuna as that strays on past him. But he manages to make a very good comeback to keep that one to just 1 run. I beg your pardon, just a no run. Inside out shot. Goes down the ground. Fielder chasing it, but he'll just follow it to the boundary. It goes out to the boundary. Third boundary in this game. Very, very full there from Tom Adopo. And Doka Abdi Shakul bounces onto it. Final ball of the over. Sandra. Moyo over Doka si akugenya. Nechilala ezota do ngati kuli run, teba get run, teba get chuko. Oyize obe iliste. Teresa, atechila lobere munyo mu game. Kwero tuje matandika.
Bowling change from the Ginger Road end. Otieno Stephen. Leg break comes into the attack. Starts off with the wide.
After starting with the wide, he goes to a short ball and it's played down the ground for just a single. Stephen Otieno, another player of Mukono Development Cricket Club, one of the few that are benefiting from those bursaries that the Mukono Cricket Community got from Uganda Matters College in Nsonga. So he's one of those few players who are enjoying free education because of their game of cricket.
It is good to see talent rewarded. Many schools coming up with bursaries, trying to attract talent as well. So the better you get, the more opportunities there for you. Otieno finding his range. Consecutive dot balls from the young man. That will do his confidence a lot of good. He sends out long off, flights it up, and they pick up one for that.
That single marks the end of the over. And at the end of the over, the scoreboard reads 47 for a loss of 2 wickets. But this is a 6-team tournament happening here. We'll be running from today, the 2nd of March. And the final will be played on the 24th of March, which will be a Tuesday at this very ground. 6 teams in this tournament. But when you look at tomorrow's fixtures, the Kachanga Giants will play the Chindi Blasters in the morning, whereas the Seny Warriors will play the Katosi Strikers in the afternoon tomorrow.
These teams deriving their names from the localities around this place of Nkokonjeru. You can see Chindi, Chitamba, Kachanga, Katosi, Senyi, and Nsonga.
And when you look at those localities, they are all landing sites right in this area. So it brings in some bit of an aid of tourism. Just a few weeks ago, the Uganda Tourism Board signed a contract with Cricket Uganda. Not a contract really, but a partnership. They entered into a partnership where you may be seeing most of the teams that will be coming playing international tournaments in Uganda go and visit the different game parks, physical features that are right in Uganda. So these teams getting the naming from the different landing sites. So for anyone watching these games, when you make your way to Uganda, you should make sure that you look out for these places: Chiyindi, Chitamba, Kachanga, Senyi, Katosi, and Nsonga.
Of course, one of the most iconic tourist sites within this area is Seziwa Falls, not to mention Mabira Forest. The Nile is not so far away from it. Wanyama offering catching practice to the bowler and has to perish.
Yeah, a bit of an edge there, a leading edge from the blade of Davis Wanyama. It did go all the way, and that one there, Nathan Serunjoji takes the second catch in this game. Tried to access the onside. Just didn't play it over the head of the field at mid-wicket. Catch is taken, and the third one goes 52 runs from 69 balls with 7 wickets at hand for the Nsonga Royals to pick up victory. And now their captain Edwin Nwagaba will make his way to the crease. He's had an interesting journey of cricket, Edwin Nwagaba. Started playing his domestic cricket at Wanderers Cricket Club. He moved on to assist the Man Development Cricket Club around the time where he played for the under-19. After there, he went on and played some cricket for Jack. He was part of that team that helped Jack to get promoted to Division 1. From Jack, he joined the Mukono Development, where he was last season, and currently he is also a captain in Mukono Development Cricket Club this season. But he'll have to carry his bat through. If his side is to pick up victory, we need to make sure that he bats well and responsibly to try and make sure that his side wins.
Yes, Nwagaba Edwin taking over the captainship of Mukono development side from Mutagana Fahad, who has moved on to Mukono Warriors.
Good thinking there from Tom Adopo, just making sure that he bowls it wide of that man there, Edwin Nwagaba, not giving him any full access. And another dot ball in the over. You'll get off the mark. Sloppiness there at covers.
End of the 9th over. 47 runs for the loss of 3 wickets for the Nsonga Royals in pursuit of 98 runs to win. That the strikers posted. Otieno will continue from changes in his field setting from his captain. Inside edge missing the stumps for a dot ball.
Stephen Otieno back to ball. A leading edge nearly carried it to him, but he didn't really go well in his follow through. He's applauded by the captain that nonetheless you didn't get that hard half chance, but you've made sure that you keep it to a dot ball.
Missed opportunity there, trying to play it on the leg side.
That one goes to the long on, and a second drop by Keith Danamani. The ball has been chasing him every time he goes, and that is a very big opportunity put down by the Katosi strikers. They really did this wicket of Edwin Nwagaba.
Sometimes you can have that kind of day where the ball follows you every single place you go. Amani dropping that one, had hands rather than cushioning that ball into his body.
And when you look at the two chances that have been put down by Amani, one that he put down at the deep mid wicket, he moved a little bit early and he went past the ball. It went through his fingers. Now this one came right close to him, but he went had hands. Yet he could have quickly collected that one. The ball wasn't traveling so quick, and he really got there. Not that it was so far away from him, but nonetheless puts down the chance. Good work there from Stephen Otieno. Fine over there from him. 3 runs given away by Stephen, and that brings us to the end of the 10th over. 50 runs coming up in the 10th over, and at the halfway mark the scoreboard reads 50 for a loss of 3.
The Royals steadily going about their business, helped in their quest by those missed opportunities. Bowling change from the Forest end.
The bowling change came up because Tom Adupu bowled his 4 overs on trot from that end, and it will be Eric Muksa who's already bowled 2 overs conceding 12 runs. He's been giving away 6 every over, but now he'll be coming in to bowl, and for them to try and make sure that they pick up victory here, they'll need to make sure that they break this partnership between Edwin Nwagaba and Doka Abdushakur. Doka is on 10 of 19, whereas Edwin Nwagaba is on 3 of 7. 48 runs for victory in as many as 60 balls. So it really clearly shows you that this game is swinging the way of the Nsonga Royals. So if they can do something out of nothing, maybe it will be victory for the Royals.
Just above for the required rate in the remaining overs. So if they can find those boundaries, they may get to their target sooner rather than later. But first wide-ish ball put away by Nwagaba. missed by Arjuna. And they run a quick 2. Bye is indicated. And the skipper continues to talk to his bowler. Game day 1, match number 2. Nsonga Royals against the Katosi Strikers.
Should be a no ball from the umpire. Not sure whether that just slid out of his hands. Mukisa going 2 full on that occasion. A no ball above the waist. And the umpire, Gloria Oboko, stretches out one of his hands. Free hit for Doka Abdul Shakur. A quick one, leading edge. But in the end, they take that run. I tell you, if there is a moment where we would feel that the Katosi have thrown away the game was a few of those runs which were put down by Jonathan Nero in the first innings. And the 2 chances have been put down by Keith Danamani. Maybe if he had gotten hold onto that one of Edwin Wagaba, they could have had the chance of sending in some bit of more pressure. Because 1 brings 2, but not taken. 2 chances not taken, and somehow the Katosi Strikers have remained alive in the game.
I will tell you, Ivan, it only takes 1 ball to send you back to the heart. So the striker should continue believing. Quick run in there by Nwagaba. This game is evenly poised, so to speak. They just need to bowl some dot balls, create some pressure, cut off those second runs, and it is an even contest.
Final ball of the over. Full, but played straight back to the bowler. End of the over, and after 11, the score is 56 for a loss of 3 wickets. Abdul Shakur Doka still in there with 11 of 23. Edwin Nwagaba 5 of 10. These 2 making sure that they carry the innings forward here at Florida Cricket Over. The sun has come out. You clearly see, Solomon, that there is even some change in how the field is looking. But when you look at that wide shot, the flora here at Florida Over really comes out so nicely.
A very beautiful ground we are at.
Chance to catch. Yes. This time round, he will not be put down. Kasim Adam with the catch, and Edwin Nwagaba, who want to take on Stephen Othieno, perishes. Another wicket in the deep taken, and another wicket goes.
Another look at that. Great effort from Adam Kasim. He was not putting that one down at all. Pull shot, but finding the man in the deep to depart Nwagaba for a pedestrian 5 in 10 balls. 56 runs on board for the Nsonga Royals for the loss of 4 in just 11.1 overs. Great wicket for Stephen Otieno.
Yes, Stephen Otieno picking up his first wicket finally, but he's been having swab figures. He's bowled 2.1 overs, conceding just 8 runs and picking up a wicket. He's not been giving away many. So the dot balls that he's in bowling could be something that becomes the difference at the end of the innings.
Spin has been the order of the day has managed to extract out the batters. Missed opportunity for a run out there. New batter, Achema, picking up his first run. Intelligent bowling from Otieno. Spinning a web around the batters. Doku falling over, trying to play a ramp over square leg.
Abdul Shakur Doka will have to make sure that he now takes responsibility. That's too short from Stephen Othieno. Doka Abdul Shakur trying to capitalize to get the maximum out of that short ball. Strays down, and it will be a wide indicated there by the umpire.
The inconsistencies of the younger lads. All on display.
Yeah, they need to make sure that they pick themselves up. Chance to catch, yes. Dave forward the catch there from Eric Mukisa. Moses Achema trying to loft a pace of delivery over the head of Eric Mukisa. Doesn't carry over him. A catch is taken and Achema departs.
Trying to hit the ball, leg goes to the offside. Diving catch from Mukisa. Having a wonderful day today.
I think the issue with Moses Achema was closing in his bat. That ball was drifting away from him. He would have just tried to make sure that he cuts it. Maybe he could have gotten maximum rewards on the offside. But then he closed in his bat and just doesn't manage to get it over the head of the middle fielder. The 5th wicket departs, and now the Nsonga Royals have lost half of their batters.
This is a very gettable score. All they need to do is rotate the strike, get the ones, punish the bad balls. But if they're trying too hard, then you find such instances of losing wickets.
12 overs gone, and the scoreboard reads 60 for a loss of 5. Peter Ochen is the new batter in, and Kasim Adam will be bowling the 13th over. The required at the start of the game was 3. The required at the start of the second innings. It has now moved on to 5. Kasim Adam has bowled 2 overs and conceded 10. Picking up a single wicket. That's hit over his head by Doka Abdul Shakur. They are pushing for the second run. And yes, they will get the run. Good running between the wickets. Boundary is not coming their way. But nonetheless, they have kept the scoreboard ticking as they keep milking those doubles.
That should be the way for them to go. Try to pick a run each ball.
Tries to create room. Half-hearted Dave there from the field at covers, and they take the run. pace off. But Peter Ochen with no foot movement whatsoever. That's a bit risky for him.
First ball is first thing of this innings.
Edge. Is it? Yes, it is. Clearly it was loud enough. Peter Ochen not convinced, but I tell you, Innocent, I tell you, Solomon, you should have had it as well. Another wicket goes. Peter Ochen will have to move out without scoring.
Even the deaf could have had that one. A clear click. Poor foot movement from Ochen, not getting to the line of the ball and still trying to play it through. Arjuna completing the catch behind the wicket to create now pressure for the Nsonga Royals, who are at one point seem to be cruising, but now are in a spot of bother.
I tell you clearly, you saw from the first delivery that he faced Peter Ochen, there was no foot movement. He's not convinced that he was out, but look at that one there. He makes an early shimmy, but he tried to play the shot without even getting anywhere close to the ball. The glove work there from Robert Arjuna helps Kasim Adam pick up his second wicket. And after 12.5, the scoreboard reads 63 for 2. Francis Ejok is the new batter in. He bowls left and bats left. Not too much known for batting, but I will need to make sure that he carries his team through.
Not known for his batting, but hits a long ball. Strong lad. Now with the task of trying to see his team to the end of this innings.
At the end of the day, Solomon, it will get to timing. Final ball of the over. A bit full. He goes for all money. Left-hander shot, going for everything on the onside. It will mark as a dirty ball, but what an over there from Kasim Adam. Just 3 runs given away in this over, plus a wicket of Peter Ochen. And at the end of the 13th, the scoreboard reads 63 for a loss of 6.
As you can see, the new batter coming in, trying to play across the line of the ball. Something with Ochen, not fit movement, and that is a very risky venture to spinners. Always use your feet. Either you move out to get to the pitch of the ball, or you try and play forward and look for the glances to the off-hole, to the onside. But Otheno will continue with this spell.
A bit short and played over his head. Otheno. The singles will not hurt them. The only thing which can bother the Katosi strikers at this moment is the boundaries. So that single is no wahala. And also what it brings, that it brings Francis Ejok on strike. Yet somehow the Katosi strikers will be feeling that Doc Abdishakul is a better striker compared to Francis Ejok. So Francis Ejok is on strike. Let's squeeze in some dot balls. And clearly you see from that field setup, longer on, long off, standing right at the 45 yards, extra cover and long on, standing not so far away, because they know Francis Ejok may go for the massive hits and he may end up leaving one in the air. Full toss, not a very good delivery. Does it carry to the fielder? Mukisa with the catch. What a stand of a catch. He had to run and cover a lot of distance. Nonetheless, he gets hold onto that opportunity and he manages to complete the catch. Francis Ejok will have to perish.
The cat is truly among the pigeons in this encounter between the Royals and the strikers. The Royals seem to be cruising at one point, but with the loss of consecutive wickets in consecutive overs, as we look at that, we see that the game has completely turned on its head. Mukisa completing that catch, fully sprawled down, but he won't mind that because he did the most important job, which was to catch it.
When you look at that replay there, he forced the ball to the onside. It was a full toss, but outside off stump. So if he could have played it with an open blade, maybe you could have seen it lofted over the fielders on the offside. Not a very good technique there for him, Francis Ejok, but a very good catch for Mukisa Eric to make sure that they pick up another wicket and keep the pressure on. They are tightening up the screws, and after 13.2, the scoreboard is reading 64 for a loss of 7.
Ejok coming in, I think that was his third ball to face, but trying to take on the man, unable to put him away, only giving a catch. But that was good work from Mukisa, running off the boundary rope right and to wide long on.
Played over the head, catches the call. Yes, new batter comes, new batter goes. Second catch there for Mukisa Eric. Stephen Othiono going pace off completely. The batter being deceived that the ball was there for hitting. He doesn't get it over Mukisa Eric. Another catch is taken and another wicket goes for the Nsonga Royals.
Our viewers in London will know the adage that you wait for ages for one bus and then few turn up within seconds. Something happening here for the Royals. It is a procession of wickets offering catching practice, and that man again having a belter of a day, Mukisa, completing the catch, sending the man back to the shed without troubling the scorers. In comes Mitali Ethan. Look at that. Just lofted above the bowler. Simple catch at mid-off. And he has to take an early shower. Othieno Stephen doing what he does best. Turning this game on its head. The young man.
Fine figures there from Stephen Othiono. 3.3 overs, 4 wickets for him. He misses the line, gives away wide, but you don't take anything away from him. Mitali Ethan is the new batter in, teammates at Mukono Development Cricket Club. Off the pads. There's a loud appeal, but the umpire not interested. These two are both teammates at Mukono Development Cricket Club. Ethan Mitali having played for Africa Cricket Club last season. He makes his way, but I tell you, somehow the Katosi strikers have done a lot of good work. They are 2 wickets away from picking up victory. So they just need to make sure that they keep the pressure on. Mitali Ethan has been bowling some good pace, but he is not anywhere close to seeing that ball. And this is the final ball to complete Othiono's spell. Glanced off, but it doesn't go anywhere. No run taken. What a fine over. 2 runs in that over and 2 wickets by Stephen Othiono to complete his spell. So clean at 14 for 4 after 4 overs.
Brilliant spell from Othiono, running rings around the Royals, turning this match on its head. His captain must be very, very happy with him. So 6 overs equating to 36 balls remaining in this innings with 34 runs to get.
Yeah, another player with fine figures, Kasim Adam. 13 for 2 in 3 overs, comes to bowl his last. 65 for 8 after 14. Down the ground, is it a run? Yes. They'll take the run, but I told you earlier on, Solomon, the singles will not hurt them. That's fumbled. No communication between the 2 fielders. And the batters capitalized on that chance to take the second run.
Abdul Shakur steering the Royal ship, taking the singles. If he continues that way, they should get home safe and dry.
Play down the ground, but doesn't get it into the gap. It was a longer batting lineup. A lineup that has Doka Abdul Shakur, Edwin Nwagaba, Perry Wazombe, but it has been suffocated. Reverse sweep, yes, Good work there from Doka Abdul Shakur. Does it go all the way? No. Fine work there from the fielder. They are pushing quickly for many. But in the end, they just take 2 runs.
Shakur going inventive, playing the reverse. Great awareness, knowing and going over backward points to pick up 2.
Yeah, he went inventive and he executed it so well to pick up those 2 runs. And somehow they are still striding on. Doc Abdul Shakur knows he will have to carry his team forward if they are to win. He hits that one up. It doesn't carry to. That man there was taking some stunning catches here today in Eric Mukisa. Just a single added onto the total. Doka would be wishing that his partner doesn't perish so that he sees the final, he faces in the final over. And you clearly see from him telling him to play it from down. This is good to see some bit of instructions coming in from the senior players. Good shot. And look at the way that is cut through covers to bring up the single. It looks so nice from Mitali Ethan.
It is good to be independent-minded. If the ball is there to be hit, you hit it. Rather than trying to stop it, as your partner is suggesting. You need to be...
End of the 15th over, scoreboard reading 73 for a loss of 8.
This match is evenly poised. The Katosi strikers won the toss, elected to bat, put on 97 runs. All out. The Nsonga Royals have lost 8 wickets for 73 runs in their quest. 30 balls to go in this second match of game day 1 of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge 2026.
I tell you something, Solomon, this game can swing anywhere. It is not yet over as we still wait for that fat lady to give us the music. But Eric Mukisa will be coming in to bowl his final over. He's wicket-less, but he's taken some nice catches. And in his 3 overs so far, he's conceded 16 runs. Deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, all at the boundary with another extra cover fielder. He's not taking any chances because he knows he will start. He will try and make sure that he gets up another wicket here for the side. He starts off with a dot.
He's truly been an impact player, Mukisa.
Full dotty ball, 2 dot balls on trot. And I think somehow for Mitali Ethan, he should be just trying to make sure that he looks for the gap to make sure that Doc Abdul Shakur gets that strike, because they can do something out of nothing. That is it. Does it carry to the fielder? Yes. Catching practice at point. As soon as I speak about the innovation, Serunjeji Nathan takes the 3rd catch in the game. Fine work there done by the fielder. As now Mitali Ethan will have to depart so that we see the final man make his way to the crease.
Mitali trying to cut that ball. As you can see, no foot movement at all, not closing the gap. And Serunjoji Nathan at point, completing that catch. What seemed to be a procession for the Royals is now turning out to be a very, very hard paper, Ivan.
That's the replay there right in your frame. Somehow there was no foot movement of it. He just wanted to get it out of the block hole. Yet he could have maybe stepped forward to try and make sure that he plays it down, or even created room to make sure that he cuts it away. But in the end, he will have to perish. Final man in. I tell you, the final man who has just walked in can hit the ball, so it may not be yet over. But Mustafa Mutali, former at Africa Cricket Club, currently at Pak Shaheen's. Pak Shaheen's, the new team. Oh, sorry. He's not at Pak Shaheen's, Mustafa Mutali.
And
just confirming his domestic club before.
And Ivan, if you don't know, there are very few people who will know. You've been quite abreast with all the player movements in the league. Obviously, the league starting last weekend on Saturday at various grounds. The weather playing its part. Some games were washed out. Some reduced overs, like the game that was here. But a cricket calendar packed with action throughout this year. The cricket landscape looks fully immersive for the fans that will follow it, bringing us to the end of the 16th over. 73 runs for the loss of 9 for the Nsonga Royals. Mukisa picking up a wicket in his last over to finish with figures of 1 for 16.
It will be 25 more runs for victory for the Nsonga Royals if they are to win. The runs weren't so many, but somehow the bowling display of the Katosi strikers has been superb, and they've just made sure that they don't give anything away. 73 for 9 after 16. 25 for one side to win and 1 wicket for the other side to win. Clearly, this is an interesting matchup happening here at the Florida Cricket Oval. And if you've just joined us, I'd love to tell you that the Katosi strikers won the toss and opted to bat first. They were bowled out for just 97 runs. But in their fielding, they've made sure that they get rid of so many dangerous batters like Periwa Zombe, Peter Ochen, Edwin Wagawa, and somehow they are where they are. But this one I'm sponsored by Deep End Sports Media, Kingsley Children's Medical Center, Cricket Uganda, and Mukono Cricket. Jonathan Nyiro will be bowling his first over right now. He got some bit of an injury, maybe at the time when the captain had thought about him, and he was rested a bit. But now he'll be having the ball to come and bowl the 17th over of this game. Just 1 wicket here for them to pick up victory.
As a captain, I would have maintained the spin. It's been doing wonders, but now with all the spaces in this field, as you can see, deep point, third man deep, they will go for all those clicks to pick up the runs, using the pace of the bowler to find runs. The asking rate now being just above 7 for the Royals if they are to achieve victory.
Mutwalibu Mustafa right in there. That one straying away from him and keeping low. Didn't have any idea of that ball. They're not taking any chances. Extra cover. Deep mid wicket. And third man patrolling the boundary for Jonathan Nyiro. And there are some changes being made as fine leg comes down and deep mid wicket. Walks to square leg, but a bit wide of the umpire. Down the ground again, but another dotty ball.
Ivan, you did call it at the beginning when I intimated that they required just above 4 to get home, but now they're asking rate climbing each dot ball comes in. Cool heads required from the Royals, but it's just 1 wicket required for the strikers to win this.
And there comes that wicket you were speaking about, Solomon. For all money, Mutalibu Mustafa not with any clue of where that could have gone. The bells fly in the air, and victory goes the way of the Katosi strikers. I tell you, runs on board, but that's the replay there. First things forward, no idea, no intent. If maybe he went full with his open face of the blade, you could have had a chance of dispatching that one. But nonetheless, it rattles the furniture, and the Katosi strikers strayed on, winning the game by 23 runs.
Congratulations from Arjuna to his team, managing to restrict the Royals by 23 runs in this second game of game day match number 2, of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge here at Florida Cricket Oval. A measured performance from the strikers. 93 seemed to be too little, but they have managed to make a match out of it and emerge victorious.
From wherever you're watching this game, this is the second game of the SABULA T20 Cricket Challenge 2026 happening here at Florida Cricket Oval, but taking you through the scorecards very, very quickly. The Katosi strikers won the toss and opted to bat first. They got bowled out in 19.4 overs with just 97 runs on board. And in that 97 runs on board, Robert Arjuna 15 of 17, Jonathan Nyenya 13 of 17. Jonathan Nyiro carried his bat and scored 39 of 50. 16 runs for Eric Mukisa. 9 extras given away by that Nsonga Royals. And looking at their bowling card, Edwin Wagabastad picking up 3 wickets in 4 overs for just 20 runs. 2 wickets apiece for Mahadi Sechito and Peri Wazombe, whereas Mitali Ethan picked up just a single wicket. The Nsonga Royals, in response, Dok Abdul Shakul being unbeaten at 23 of 34, Peri Wazombe 13 of 13, Davis Wanyama with also another 13 of 13. 15 extras given away by the Katosi strikers, quite many, but in the end the strikers picking up victory. Steven Othieno was unplayable with the ball for the Katosi strikers. He bowled 4 overs, conceding 14 runs and picking up 4 scalps, 2 wickets apiece for Kasim Adam and Tom Adopo, whereas Eric Muksa and Jonathan Nyiro picked up a wicket apiece. And in the end, it's the Katosi strikers who have picked up the victory by 23 runs. Action continues tomorrow at this very ground. We'll have some interesting affairs, and teams that were out of action here today will be coming tomorrow to play. Just a quick glimpse here at the fixtures. The Kachanga Giants will take on the Senyu Warriors in the morning, whereas the Chinda Blasters will take on the Katosi strikers in the afternoon. Michael commentator Solomon Chigozurwama will be coming to you shortly with a post-match presentation. But from the comms team, my name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi. It's a wrap-up for now. We'll catch up tomorrow.
Testing. Mike. Okay, wow. After a very exhilarating match between the Nsonga Royals and the Katosi Strikers, the Strikers have managed to win this encounter, winning by 23 runs. I will call upon the captain for the Royals, Nwagaba Edwin, to have a word. Yes, you had a very good bowling display in the first innings, but you are unable to overhaul the runs in the second innings. Any reasons why?
To my side, I think the batsman which needed us to stick on the wicket and get it easily one by one. So
Certainly, because at the start of the second innings, all you needed was just above 4 per over.
yeah, it's all about first game and we ourselves we're gonna come back hard.
Okay, that is Edwin Nwagaba of the Nsonga Royals. Thank you. I will speak to the winning captain. Arjuna, well done. Congratulations. A very hard-fought game. You managed to pull it out of the fire.
Yeah, it was a close one, but I think we fell short for like 30 runs in the first inning. But with a dumpy outfield, I thought if we can easily defend the 97.
They really started off well, the Royals, but you managed to curtail them. What did you say to the boys?
I just told the boys to back themselves up, really. It's about backing each other up. In these development tournaments, it's about backing the youngsters. Kudos to Otieno. Otieno bowled brilliantly, very good spells with Kasim Adams and Eric Mukisa. So it was a matter of backing each other up and fighting for each other.
Well done to your team and congratulations. I will speak to the person who has been nominated as man of match, and that is none other than Stephen Otieno. The match award will be presented by Ivan Cyprian Sajabi. Thank you very much, Ivan. Otieno, well done, young man. That was brilliant bowling.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad that I've won this man of match and I work for the art on the next.
Yes, what did you say to yourself while you were bowling as you saw the wicket stumble?